Back in Springfield, game tied at 8, along with Josh Komnick, Jeff Benjamin with you as we start the second quarter. Jake Olson into the contest for the Railers for the first time as they have the basketball. Cook, Block, Olson, Podbelsic, and Van Hook on the floor for the Railers. Podbelsic looks to drive baseline, and a foul is going to be whistled. That's going to go against Cody Baltasevich as Will was trying to get around him and a little too much contact. So what we've seen so far, Josh, a good start for the Railers, and I think a lot of it seems to feel from their being willing to penetrate into the lane.
Yeah, we've been real aggressive to the basket, and that's one thing that will loosen up the pressure of Sacred Heart-Griffin is some penetration. We've gotten one to fall, a couple to fall. Max has gotten to the basket a couple times, but then again, we've seen that, but the Railers got to keep doing it.
Max tries to go by his guy, hands back to Jake, and Olson's going to be whistled for the steps. Jake looked to be a little too eager to get to the lane on that, so the turnover cost the Railers points on the first possession of the quarter. SHG with a chance now to take the lead. Eagleton, top of the key, had it tipped away from behind by Olson. Ball loose on the floor, but Turner tracks it down. And then an offensive foul is going to be whistled on Turner as Jake got right in the way, and Jake caught one right in the nose. And, you know, Jake may be one of the smaller players on the team, but you can't measure that by his heart.
No, he got popped pretty good, and Turner was kind of moving the basketball through and through, and Jake was right up on him where you're supposed to be, and when he brought that elbow through it, it got Jake right in the mouth.
Turner's first foul, team fouls even at 3 as we approach the 7-minute mark here. Christian, top of the key, 3 on the way, up and good.
Big basket. Christian needed one. He has didn't have a great game against Lanphier, and not a great one the other night against Springfield either, because he's been saddled with 2 fouls really in the first half, so it's nice to see Christian going.
Nice cut inside by Turner. He gets the pass from Lois, and Turner lays it up and in. It's 11-10 Railers.
Yeah, he gets the 3, but he also gives back a 2 at that possession. He's got to get in better positions, better stance. He's got to be the one that protects the basket.
Is the foul trouble that he's had, can that play on you?
Yeah, I think so, and it can stop your aggressiveness too.
Christian, corner 3. That one's no good. Similar to the shot he made last Friday night against Lanphier that a lot thought was going to give the Railers the win. Christian rings that one out, and it's 6:20 to go. SHG down 11-10 with the basketball. Inside, outside, Baltasevich. Back over to Turner. He missed it. Can Jake track it down? And no, Jake will let it go out of bounds. Nice job by Jake, not letting SHG pick it up early, and now the Railers will inbound on their own baseline.
Well, it looked like Jake was going to try and streak through and grab it and get a rebound, but Malik went right with him and wasn't going to give Jake the easy rebound or layup, so Jake just decided to let it go out of bounds. It would have been an over and back regardless. 11-10, Railers with the advantage in the basketball. Moving to our left. Will comes around a screen, instead gets it over now to Cook. Van Hook on top to Olson. Gavin Block. Down low to Max. Max double team, gets out of it quickly. Will, he's going to fire off a 3 and hit it. Yeah, good job by Max. He got a double team in the corner, they tried to trap him. He did a good job of kicking it out, and Podbelsic was able to get his feet set and knock one down. 14-10, Railer advantage. 5.5 to go. And you know, Josh, it seems so simplistic that you say when a double team comes, someone has to be open, and Max is such a good ball handler, it didn't take him very long. And we've got to travel before a foul, or are we gonna have? Nope, they're going to give him the travel. So Railers catch a break there. But Max is such a good ball handler that he saw it so quickly that the defender didn't have time to react, going to the double team and then getting back to Will. Well, his size helps too. He's 6'2", and then when he gets in a trap, he, like you said, he's got great vision. But he's 6'2", and most of the guards that he plays against are 6 foot, 5'9" right now. He's definitely taller than most of the guys that try to guard him.
So the Railers after the turnover. Podbelsic goes for another 3. Back rim, no good. Turner with a nice pass out to Lois, and count the basket, and he is fouled, and Lois just went right by 2 Railers, and he got the basket to go down, and that foul is going to be whistled on Will. That'll be his first.
Yeah, 2 guys down there, Podbelsic and Van Hook. One of them's got to stop the guy. One of them's got to stop the basketball and not let him get all the way to the hoop. But if you're going to at least foul them and make sure they don't get it up for the layup.
Lois had 10 in the contest at Lincoln. He's already got 6 here tonight. Free throw on the way. Back rim, no good. Cook with the rebound.
Yeah, good job by Max. Good box out by Christian also. You got to go get that rebound.
Under 5 minutes to go, 4:58 left in our first half. It is Lincoln 14, SHG 12. Gesner, top of the key, hands to Cook. Kirby to Olson. Gesner, left corner, three on the way, rims out no good. Christian tried to get the rebound, did a nice job of tipping it back to Olson. Austin, three, yes.
Well, we're taking a lot of shots from that corner, Jeff. This corner on our side of the floor, and always a tough shot to shoot out of the corner. There, Austin gets one right at the top of the key and is able to bang it down for his second three of the game.
Eagleton down the lane, but Max gets in the way, an offensive foul. So Max continues to do all the little things. Eagleton will pick up his first, and Max stood right in the way. And you got to believe, Josh, you know, Eagleton, he did have that 1-3, but you wonder if there's a little bit of frustration with him not being able to get the shots off. The Railers defense pushing him out 3 or 4 feet further than he would like to be.
Well, I think you saw that after he missed that first free throw. You kind of saw him slam that ball down after his first dribble. That's not a regular dribble on a free throw. He was a little upset, and, you know, he's been able to get it going. But there again, Max gets right in position and gets a charge.
Nice look inside as Christian faked going out, went back in. Max found him from the free throw line. Christian lays it up and in. He's fouled, and he's going to go to the line. And Coach talked about how many available shots there were for Christian as a timeout's going to be taken by SHG. How many available shots there were for Christian if that first step away from where he's actually going to go, that first cut is hard, and right there you see it.
Right, they ran a screen when it was basically a screen Van Hook was going to set for a guy coming out to shoot. Well, both Griffin players went out to go get the shooter, and the Railers threw it right to Christian, and it would have dunked it home if Malik Turner wasn't in the way. But again, even better, we're going to the line. We already made the layup, and hopefully Christian can get this free throw to go down.
And you know, Josh, one of the things that's nice, I mean, obviously this is only going to be the Railers' second free throw of the night, but that's something else that you want to see the Railers maybe pick up a little bit. In 7 of their last 8 games, they've had single-digit free throw attempts.
Yeah. And that's just, we've been shooting a lot of threes, and we've shot a lot of threes tonight, but we've done a pretty good job of mixing it. If it hasn't been a three, it's been almost a layup. But you like to, especially Gesner has shot about 3 threes tonight, hasn't been able to knock one down. Find a way to get to the basket. You know, do something different. You've shot 3 threes, that's been your only shot attempts. Try a 15-foot pull-up and get yourself going.
Christian gets a 3 the old-fashioned way as he knocks down the free throw. He has 6. And halfway through our second quarter, the Railers have stretched it out to an 8-point advantage here over the Cyclones. Score 20-12. Trent and Tate. They swing it around the perimeter. Turner just floating along the baseline. They try to get it to him. Eagleton fires off a long 3. That's off the back of the rim, and there's the athletic ability of Van Hook as he jumped over everybody for that board.
Nobody's going to get that rebound but Christian.
3.5 to go in the first half. Railers up by 8. Olson brings the dribble to the right side. Gesner coming around a screen, looking down low, gets it to Max. Max on the left wing, back out to Olson. Gesner in the corner. On top now to Kirby. Jake Olson fires a 3, and Jake spins one good.
Yeah, long 3, and that was a deep 3 for Jake. Usually Jake's 3s are right on the line, but Jake stepped back a little bit. But then, you know, a foul, a silly reach-in foul, that gives the Railers now 16 fouls, I believe. 5 team fouls, so we're okay. 3:05 left in the second quarter. The Railers up 23-12. But again, you know, a foul you don't need way out on the other side of the court.
23-12, Railers with a double-digit lead on a 12-2 run. Eagleton looking for Lois, almost thrown away, but it's caught by Tate. 2:45 to go here at Bell's Gymnasium. Lois in the corner, Gesner and Cook go to the double team. Eagleton's going to drive through, and steps going to be called on Tate. And I'm not sure if Tate thought he was going to dribble, if he was going to pass, but we saw Christian coming out on him, so I would like to think,
not shoot.
I was going to say shot was probably the last thing on his mind at that point.
Yeah, he didn't want to shoot after that one, but again, the Railers doing a pretty good job of getting out. We're really getting out on the shooters. The zone is really expanded, and mainly because Sacred Heart Griffin struggles to score inside the three-point line.
2:35 left in the first half. Max Cook will walk the dribble into the front court. Railers enjoy an 11-point advantage. Max is going to drive down the lane, kicks it out to Gesner. Open three. That's good. Gesner with the three.
Yeah, nice kick out, Max. It looked like he could have gone all the way for a layup, but his man came over to help, and Max kicked it right to Gesner, and Gesner with a big shot. He's had a couple misses tonight, and that was a big one to go down.
Railers with 5 threes in this quarter alone. Of course, the other points came on an old-fashioned three-point play, so the Railers connecting and doing so well here in the second quarter. Up 26-12, 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, you see Ingleton just itching to get another shot off. He's wanting to get it down there.
And do we have a foul or do we have steps? We have steps. Dominic Aieo was called for the travel.
They've done a good job of handling the ball. It's just been the travels that has turned it over for Griffin. And really a pretty well-played game as far as turnover-wise going so far. But the Railers defense moving as well as we've seen it this year, Jeff.
Railers up 14, 1:45 to go. Gavin, can he join the three parade? Nope. Gavin shoots up an air ball.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Gavin's been on the bench for probably 4 minutes, something like that. And it's always tough to get your first shot coming in being a three.
So after that miss, SHG, they dump it down to Aieo. Easy pass from Lois to Aieo, who lays it up and in.
Yeah, way too easy. Basically, Lois broke the press by himself and then dribbled right to about the free throw line and kicked it to the big man, and he was able to put it in.
Austin corner three off the front of the rim. Gavin taps it back, and Cook will track it down before it crosses the timeline. Railers keep possession as we near a minute to go in the first half. Railers are up 26-14. Gesner and Cook playing catch. 1 minute, and we've got a foul underneath.
I was going to say Palmer and Gavin were not playing catch. They were playing rugby.
Palmer gets whistled for it. And we see Max go to the bench, and looked like he was limping a little bit as he went down to the Railer bench, and he's maybe headed for some attention here as we're under a minute to go in the first half. And everyone's important, but if there's one person you don't want on a hobbly leg out there, it's certainly Max.
Yeah, the guy that does most of your ball handling, a lot of your rebounding, and a lot of the penetration. And right now it looks like the Railers are going to try and hold for one. I think Gesner could just stand right there. He's got a big guy on him.
And that's a generous use of the term big.
Yeah, and they're going to switch, and they're going to go back to the zone. I don't think they can play man with Palmer at 6'7", going about 230. He can't guard any one of the guys on the wearing a green uniform.
20 seconds to go. Railers up 12 as we approach halftime. Gesner and Kirby play catch. Gesner near the timeline. We're down to 11. Railers look to start their offense. Olsen. Bounce over on the wing to Gesner. Back on top to Olsen with three. Christian in the corner. It's on the way. Shoots up an air ball, and that's how our first half will end. A very well-played first half for the folks in green. The Railers with the advantage here at halftime. Halftime score, it is Lincoln 26, SHG 14. We'll be back with our halftime in 2 minutes. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.